Good. Great.
It's like everybody's scared to ask the first question. All right, I'm going to go.
Well, I asked him 5 during the
I was going to say, yeah, I heard about that.
I was hoping to kind of piggyback on you guys.
Sad, you like all this national attention that's kind of coming with the top 25 ranking?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily like anything that takes us away from trying to compare and win, beat Georgia Southern. But I understand it, and and we embrace it. We're not going to shy away from getting any kind of positive national pub. I think anytime we can do some things that are great here, we want to celebrate those things. All the while, our focus is every day has been preparing for Georgia Southern. But it's pretty cool to be in the top 25. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, we're a team that just transitioned 4 years ago, and to be recognized by everyone out there in the national media and in the coaches poll, really, to get that recognition is great. It doesn't help us win championships, and so we got to continue to play well and continue to try to win with Sun Belt championship. That's our main goal.
It's got to be kind of a fine line going from keeping guys grounded, but also letting them be excited about it. I guess, how do you kind of manage that?
Well, I mean, again, when we first got that, we had a team meeting that day, and we go in and tell them, "Hey, congratulations, guys! You're in the top 25," and that's something to be celebrated. And I told them the same thing. It doesn't help us win this Thursday night, so. Somebody asked me today about, when you have some great things that happen to you, how do you stay grounded? Well, listen, we've had a lot of great things happen to us over the last 3 or 4 years, and our guys continue to come back week after week, day after day, to try to prove themselves. This is a game that you're only as good as your last game, and you got to win the game that you're playing, and if you don't, then they're not talking about you at all. So we're in that business, and we want to celebrate when we win. We do that in the locker room, and then when the next day it's time to get ready for the next opponent.
Scott, with the new coaching staff at Georgia Southern, obviously their record indicates that they're having a lot more success than they have for the past couple of years.
Absolutely.
And that's great, and I'm sure coaching is part of that. Tactically speaking, as you guys are watching them on film, what are you seeing that maybe is a little bit different than maybe you saw over the last couple of seasons?
Well, they're running the football and playing good defense. That's a good formula. It's worked for hundreds of years in this game. I think it's worked for us. That's what we do. They're doing the same thing. They're just doing it a different way. What they do with their option attack, they run their quarterback a lot more than we do. They don't really throw the ball very, very often. And then defensively, they're basically doing the same thing we're doing. They're keeping everything in front. They're chasing the ball. So that's a good formula. I mean, it's a formula that can consistently win a lot of football games for you, and that's what they've been able to do. They're 6-1. So that's what we've been doing the last 3 or 4 years, and it's been proven. So they've been able to do that. Coach Lumford, his credits, hired a lot of good coaches, and they put a good plan in, and they have an identity on both sides of the ball now.
You mentioned after the game against Louisiana, you really wanted to establish the run because you wanted to keep the ball out of their hands offensively. Is it any different at Georgia Southern?
No, I mean, that's right. I mean, their offense, at any point in time, you can stop them, for 65 plays, but those 5 plays can go to the house and you're 35 points, So you got to eliminate the opportunities they're going to have with the football. Shot Works is a great player. He's got great speed. They got some backs that can take it the distance. So we're going to have to be able to sustain drives against these guys. I mean, they don't really give up a ton of big plays, I think, so you got to be patient in what you're doing offensively, try to get first downs and grind them out. And then when you get in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns. They've done a good job of keeping guys out of the end zone.
How's the health of the team? Jermaine McDaniel, Markel Clark both missed last week. What are you seeing as far as the training room?
Yeah, I mean, we're like anybody else. You get in the midpoint of the season, you got several guys that are dinged and bruised, and really the reason why we play so many players throughout the season early is because we know that, and so guys are going to have to step up and make plays. We'll see where everybody's at. I mean, we're still, we're not going any kind of hitting this week. It's all helmets, and so we'll see where everybody's at as we get ready to load that bus. I mean, that'll be the telltale sign, because this week's all mental.
Do they have a Peterson or a Brita guy that they beat back?
Well, yeah. I mean, they 21. He didn't play last week, and so it remains to be seen if he plays this week. He's a senior. He's a really good player. He's played a lot of football for them, and we'll see. So I don't know about him, his status as far as his health goes. And then they got a true freshman, number 12, that he's been dynamite. I mean, he's made some major plays this year for a true freshman. Last week had over 100 yards, several touchdowns. So he's a guy they're leaning on, number 12. And I forget his name right now, but he's a really good player.
Is he from the wing or is
he last week he played running back. The whole season prior he's been at the wing. So I mean he's a skilled player that can do everything. Yeah, he's a good player.
Coach, short week. If there's any opponent that you would like to play on a short week, would Georgia Southern be it?
Yeah, it's really funny because this is I think it's the fourth straight year we've played them on a short week, which is, I understand why, because it's a big-time game, rivalry, and ESPN wants to put it on, and so we've gone accustomed to getting ready in a short week, and, it's kind of one of those deals where you have to do a little bit when you have some off time, like we've had this year, so we were able to work a little bit on Georgia Southern because it's a unique offense and defense, so we've been able to do that, but you're right, it's a short week, and our guys are really fired up. They had a great practice tonight and last night, and they're just extremely focused, I think, whenever this week comes around.